standardized process for all the county government, that is the 47 county government, in terms of to impose, vary or waive taxes, fees, levies and other charges, Honorable Speaker. By doing so, Honorable Speaker, we will ensure consistency and transparency across all the 47 counties, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when I look at this bill on clause 5 of the bill, it outlines a clear procedure for introducing new taxes or fees, whereby it states the county needs to submit a detailed proposal to interagency committee. The interagency committee is going to be established through this bill, and it's going to have some representative from the national and the county bodies. So it means there'll be some consultation even before we make the final decisions in terms of the taxes, the fees, levies, and other charges. There'll be some consultation so that we ensure we don't jeopardize the national policies, or rather the national policies in terms of economic activities, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my point number 2, it is in terms of enhancing oversight through the interagency committee. Honorable Speaker, clause 4, I'm reading here clause 4. It says that it is going to establish interagency committee on county taxes and charges. And as I said previously, it's going to have some membership as representative from both the national and county bodies, Honorable Speaker. This committee is going to review, and it's also going to approve all fees and charges imposed by the county government to ensure that they are fair, they are justified, and also they are in line in national economic policies, and more so in national economic activities, Honorable Speaker. By doing so, Honorable Speaker, we'll also avoid duplication in terms of taxation. In doing so, Honorable Speaker, we'll also assist Kenyans not to be burdened by taxes which are unrealistic, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my third point, it is on the issue of improved economic impact assessment, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this bill mandates the county government to do a thorough assessment in terms of economic impact on the issue of revenue collection and the processes, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if I look on clause 5.2e, which require counties to provide details on estimated revenue to be collected, the economic impact on individual, we need to know how does it impact on the individual, how does it impact on the businesses, how does it impact on the national, in terms of the economic in the national level, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this will also lead to informed decision-making and help to prevent the implementation of counterproductive revenue measures. We have seen some counties are putting some measures in terms of revenue collection, but at the end, the result is negative, or at the end, the result is not favorable. So it's like there is sort of a component of regulation to ensure that any measures we are putting, we are sure that these are the correct measures which they are going to give a very productive results. Honorable Speaker, my other point is alignment with constitutional and legal framework. As you know, Honorable Speaker, this country is being governed by the rule of law. We have the Constitution and we have other related laws. And today, if you are going to have some processes which go against our Constitution, or rather other related laws, then Kenyans are very much enlightened. Anybody will just start some litigations to ensure that everything is complied as per by the Constitution and the rule of law, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, my last point, which I want to say about this bill, it is addressing current challenges in county revenue collection, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as we know that we have different challenges in our county government in terms of revenue collection, or rather raising the revenue. And one is weak revenue administration structures. Do we have the correct structures? Are the structures effective? Are the structures follow the rule of law? Are they following the Constitution? Are they following the related laws, Honorable Speaker? And most of the counties, you'll see that the structures are just there. All structures from the terms of municipality until today. And when you look at that, it is not effective, and the revenue which are being raised are not maybe what is being targeted, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, furthermore, it supports the implementation of the national policy to support enhancement of county government own source of revenue, because we need to know what kind of resources do we have as a county. You cannot put a target that this is what I'm going to collect, and yet the resources you have, they are limited. Or rather, maybe the resources you have, they don't generate the income we are anticipating. So whenever we are putting a target, we need to be very optimistic that these are the targets we are putting, and again, we have the resources available which can generate this kind of income, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, this bill will also assist in avoiding a lot of corruption and the loopholes and the gaps in terms of collection, raising, imposing the taxes, the levy.